Line for us in the line. Ooh, you can tell I've been busy, huh? I look a mess. So I haven't started live on TikTok yet, but I will in a moment. I'm going to wait for everybody to start coming into the room before we get started. We're going to have a cool session tonight. I'm going to ask about some of your thoughts and stuff. So we're going to get ready to go live. I just want to give some people time to pile into the room on Facebook and say hello. I see one person here, probably hubby, but if it's not, then say hello so I know who you are. Oh, a couple people in. Say hello. Let me know you're in the room. We're going to get started right at 8 o'clock. We are a couple minutes out. I'm just letting people get into the room before we have tonight's discussion. Hey, Mark. How you doing, buddy? So, I do have a few things that we're going to probably talk about. Hey, Tina, you made it. Great, great, great. I'm just watching the time so that I can get us on TikTok as well, but I can't sign into live. So we're just about ready to go there. And Magni, cool. And Jamie, hi, Jamie. How you doing, bestie? I have a friend that might be joining us on our Bestie Nights Out. She was one of the nurses I used to work with. She lives right by there, actually, where we go, and she's interested in going. So, where are we at? I can't see y'all. I'm blind as a bat. Okay, it's 59. So I'm gonna go ahead and get TikTok rolling. Go live. Hi, TikTok. Welcome to this Wednesday night's version of Touching Eternity, the podcast. We're about to go live, so you can have to hear that one more time. As soon as we hit the 8 o'clock, we can have a great session tonight. If you are following me on TikTok, please like, comment, share, tap that screen, get it rolling. Tell her we go. I will tell her. So let's just give a few more seconds and we should be hitting right up 8 o'clock and we can get rolling. So hello, everybody. All right. Tonight we're going to have an interesting conversation. It's going to be interactive, so you need to give me your thoughts on some things. As soon as we hit 8 o'clock, we will get rolling. There we go. Hi, good evening. Welcome to Touching Eternity podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Tonight we're going to have an interesting conversation. I do want people to join in and just get your thoughts, because this has a lot to do with feelings and has a lot to do with the way different people view things, I guess. So, but before we get started, I do want to give an update. So everybody, I talked to Misty. She might even be checking in with us later here online, but I talked to her the other day and she sounded wonderful. They are going to be, oh, hello, people on TikTok. She is going to be having some more testing done, but I also did talk to her and she was able to tell me that we are still doing the event as of now, and we will probably still do, we are definitely going to do the event in Shreveport. So those of you who want to come join us in Shreveport, those tickets, I know they're on Misty's communication and they should be on Facebook. I will try to get some more information. Magni, if you're listening, see if you can locate that information and get it into me so that we can let people know where exactly all about the Shreveport event. It's going to be a paranormal investigation of this old hotel that no one's ever investigated. And then there'll be some healing, some readings. There's going to be story time with Jill. And I will be doing a gallery. And we'll be talking to some of your loved ones from the other side. So that's going to be really, really cool up there in Shreveport. So come join us. That's going to be January 17th. That is a Saturday. So come join us there and let's have a blast. You wanted to do some investigation. Here's your time. Hey, Magni, how you doing? Since you're on, can you see if you can find the information about the hotel so I can see if she has the locate the address and all that postage, write it all down for me and either post it on here or bring it in and I'll tell it out to everybody. Also, another really fun thing that's coming up is right around, it's January 10th, I believe, or 11th on my website. There's going to be a night where we're going to be doing we're going to be doing the vision boards. And so that's Tony Simmons and I'll be doing vision boards. We'll have some champagne. That's right after the new year. And you can come join us. And we bring all the supplies. You just got to bring you. And however we're going to do it, we'll bring everything. And it's going to be $80 a person. That comes with a reading from both of us. Okay, so it's like a party, and it usually lasts a few hours. So come join us. Just depends on how many people join the party. You'll be there with your driver. Yeah, no, Joey's also my driver if you're talking about Shreveport. So yes, Joey has to be there. Guys, because I'm at a conference in Las Vegas right before the Shreveport. I'm actually flying from Vegas to Shreveport, and then driving back home the next day with my besties Jill and Joey, J&J. So I will be doing that. So anyway, I wanted to tell you about those events that's coming. I also have posted the numerology class in January, and I've posted the mediumship class in January. You can take one or the other or both. If you take both, there's I think it's a $50 discount if you take them both. They both are online and in person. So you can join us online or in person for that class. I will be doing another first part and second part series of energetics in probably February. So that's kind of what's coming up and going on. I'm trying to make it through the holidays. We're going to Norway, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to let y'all know that. I might be gone for a week. I'm just, wonderful. Yes, we may or may not. Probably not. I'm going to get killed. But anyway. In-person medium. Yes. Hey, how you doing? So anyway, guys. So a lot going on in the next week or so. But anyway, what I want to talk about tonight, since I got so many of you online, is about... someone posted a comment. I've seen a couple of posts about this, so I wanted to talk about it. And it's about some people who are mediums are finding it very, they're finding it unprofessional to call yourself a psychic medium, and this is just their opinion. And they say either you're a medium or you're psychic. I wanted to talk about how I feel and see how you feel. I mean, someone in one of the comments of that really posted a really good remark. Hey, how you doing, Jessica? Someone really posted a really cool remark, which what this medium said in the chat was saying, well, I do both. I read cards. That's not mediumistic. I do a lot of things. So when I advertise myself, I am a psychic medium. When I work as a medium, I connect to loved ones on the other side. But when I work with my clients on one-on-one who want something different, well, look, there's the Shreveport event, folks. There's a link. So anyway, they say that if you want to just go view it, and so and she said, and when I do my cards or I'm counseling, I use more of my psychic intuition. There is a difference. So I am a psychic medium. And, there was just a few people online that were saying they felt that it cheapened the mediumship spiritual, it took away from the spirit. But what I think they all fail to realize, and again, I'm just going to put this out there. I am doing great, Chris. I really feel wonderful. What I want to put out there and let people understand is that whether you're connecting energetically through psychic or you're connecting energetically through the spirit realm, you all are connecting energetically. Is there a difference? Absolutely. But I also want to say that I've never, unless they were doing physical phenomena, like physical medium, like what Scott does, I have never sat with a medium that I could 100% validate that they were staying with the spirit the entire time. I think some of their readings, even some of the best, have some psychic influxes because energy is a flow. And so I feel that you flow in and out of that spirit realm. You'll flow in and then you'll flow out. I've truly never, and I've been read by some of the best in the world from people from Arthur Findlay, from all the American ones that are all the popular ones. I've had them all interact with me, and I've had readings from quite a few of them. And the one thing I can tell you is none of them have ever hit me 100% mediumistically. Maybe I just haven't met the right one. Because it's hard, you can never, and I teach this in one of my classes, you truly cannot prove to someone that's life on whether it's life on the other side, no matter what you tell them. You can validate, but to prove it, unless you have some great physical capability where you can create phenomena, I think that's a little harder to prove that there's life on the other side. So back to this. Do you think it's okay to call someone to say they're a psychic medium or just a medium? And I got to be honest. I find some psychics. Okay, you can, Stacy, you can comment on YouTube. It comes up. I just got a comment from, where'd she go? I just had a comment. I thought I saw a comment earlier from somebody, unless it went off. But anyway, you could comment on YouTube. I have one that comments all the time on YouTube. So you can, and some good news for Stacy, y'all. She's going in the right direction. They're going to start decreasing things for her. So thumbs up. But anyway, I wanted to know how you think of it. Like this, because no one, I can't prove that I'm right or wrong, but neither can the people who say the other, because until you cross over and get to experience it, you really can't. So I just got a comment from YouTube. Yeah. Thank you, Darian. Because I said, I just thought I saw you comment earlier, Darian. So yes, you can comment on YouTube. But anyway, you can even comment on TikTok. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there, and I wanted y'all to think about that for a while. Is there a difference in psychic readings and mediumistic readings? Absolutely. One is reading the energy of the person you're around, but if you're a medium who gives everything that the person knows, well, are you reading them or are you reading their spirit? Think about that. Now, in physical phenomena, like Scott does, that's physical phenomena happening. And as long as that phenomena keeps up, then, that is now in some of the readings, where does that come from? Like, and, but the best, I always tell everybody, the best validation of life on the other side is when the medium gets it wrong, or you think they're wrong, and then you go home and you find out that it's right, because they truly wasn't reading your psychic awareness. They were truly connecting. And so if I'm in mental mediumship, that's and I really have never had a reading from any medium that was able to read me 100% from the spirit realm. And I've been read by some of the best who are really good. They really, I've been read by John Edwards. I've been read by Susan Northrup. I've been read by Glenn, my friend Glenn. He was Edwards from Arthur Findlay. I've been read by a lot of really big names. Were they good readings? Absolutely. But were they connecting to the spirit the entire time? Absolutely not. In fact, in my reading with Glenn Edwards in England, when I was at Stansted, which is off the Findlay, he gave me a whole bunch of future stuff. He gave me and everything he told me happened. When I was read by my friend Tom, who used to teach the paranormal course at UNO before he passed away, he gave me future stuff that was extremely accurate. Extremely accurate. Because I've also had some of the same people who say the spirit can't tell you the future. I've seen it happen. Well, they were doing mediumship readings and future stuff came out. So, and everybody in this field has, their opinions, and I respect that, because everyone's trying to learn. So I'm not down on anybody for saying, which side of that fence they're on, but I want to say that I understand both sides of it. I understand where people who spiritualists, who strictly are what defines a medium, and they strictly are about the church and the spirit, and they have their own way. They wear their suits, they go to their masses, they do this, and that's their culture, that's their thing. It's not like that for everybody, but why can't somebody else share in that or be a part of that? And I find that when people get really, really upset about that they're closing their mind down. And that's usually what causes lots of conflicts in a lot of the groups that are out there. Because the one thing I have noticed, that spiritualists in these communities are a lot like any other religion or any other group. They can not be the way they should. I've seen lots of them break up because of problems where they could not get along. And if you're a spiritualist, the number one thing in spiritualism is treat others as you want to be treated. So then why would you do something mean to somebody? You know what I mean? But yet you see it all the time. People get angry, people get mad, people have an opinion, people, it's no different. And that's why I try to stay away from that. I stay back. I love to go study. I love to go meet. I love to go get read. I love to read for people, but I try to stay away from I try to stay back from the negativity, because if once it gets beyond just having fun or joking, and you can joke about people all you want, because if you're just having fun, that's fine. But when you take it beyond that, when you let that energy out beyond that, then that is a problem. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Got a whole bunch coming up here, so thank you guys on YouTube. On TikTok, and I see some of y'all hitting the heart button, so I really, really, really appreciate that. I made one whole penny on my last live. I was so excited. I mean, I didn't collect it, but I made one whole penny, so thank you. Because TikTok is not what it used to be. But anyway, I know you can hear that, TikTok. Again, thank you for the gifts. Is that Maria? Marla? I'm sorry, Marla. I'm going to put my glasses on, Marla, because you're on my phone. It's even smaller. And Marla, and I see Cindy's there. So great. Glad y'all watching. So I did want to talk about, because that, like I said, I've seen a few posts about, I could retire from that penny. I've seen a few people post comments about like how they felt about people calling themselves psychic medium, or and how, and again, it was in more than one post, and I had more than one person in the field comment like separately on that. So I wanted to bring that up to you guys because I'm about to teach a mediumship class in January. And for more information, go to my website, sid-patrick.com. And right now, let me do the magic here. Don't forget about the Touch of Eternity cruise. There is a $250 match your deposit. So if you go on, they will give you if you put up $250, they'll give you $250. You can even though it's supposed to be paid by December the 20th for the April takeoff, you can use, they got like it's Uplift. It's a program where you can extend it for a year. But come join us on the cruise. There's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have classes 2 days while we're at sea. There'll be classes all day, and then there'll be events each day. There's 2 excursions that are optional that you can go on. It's going to be me, Misty Gaither, Trini Simmons, and Jill Mercer. Come join us on the cruise. I do got to mention that, but I wanted to bring up the cruise because I talked to Nicole yesterday. It was another person that resigned from the cruise, and then somebody else signed on. So we're still at about 13 to 15 rooms total, and so that's great because it's more than one person in a room. So again, we're going to have a great time on this cruise. I hope that more people come. The more the merrier. We'll have a lot of fun. I also, hey Maria, I'm working on getting our room reservation for the classes and stuff, so we'll hear back and make sure to see where we're going to be placed for the classes, and I'll post all that. I'm going to send out a newsletter before Christmas to those that have signed up about the t-shirt event. That's going to be the welcome party that we're going to have the first night of the cruise. And so, again, and I'm also going to send out some information about the cruise. It'll have everything about the classes, about everything. It'll have recommendations on there, like buy a case of water. I recommend getting a case of water while you're on the cruise to have in your room. It's great. I recommend that. I'm telling you about booking your restaurants early, which you can't do it till after the 20th. After I book mine, I send out the newsletter. I will send out what nights I'm booked at what restaurants. If y'all want to join the team, you can. And so, we're gonna try to arrange things so we can all hang out together and have a lot of fun. Chris is like me. She gets paid the penny too for her readings on TikTok. I love it. So anyway, I do have a little bit of. I think some of y'all heard it. We are Misty is the president of Orleans Paranormal Social Club, and one of our members passed away. I want to thank everybody that sent their love, sent their blessings, sent their prayers. One of our members did pass away, and she was lovely. I went on an event to the haunted jail, and she was there, and she was also at the movie night with us when we went, and loved talking with her, had a great time. She was a very kind soul. It's a shame that we're not going to be able to spend more time with her, but she's crossed that rainbow bridge. So again, I want to thank all of you that sent prayers to the family, sent prayers to everybody. Our next meeting for the Orleans Paranormal Social Club is the Tuesday before we go to Shreveport. So that will be the day before I'm leaving. Oh, thank you, Darian. I will be leaving the day after that. We're going to probably have it. I'm going to say we're going to have it at my home. We normally go to Chaffron's, but because of all the events that have just happened, I think we're going to come to my home. It will be semi-catered for you guys that are coming. I will put something more about it soon so y'all will know. So anyway, like I said, there has been so much happening. I'm in my 4th class now in college, so that's been good. Let me take down the TE stuff. It's going to be fun. Anyway, I'm in my fourth class in college. I have a total of 11 to do, and I'm finishing it up. And it's been the most challenging because it's something that I normally don't deal with on a daily basis. It's not about medicine, or it's not about business as what I dealt with in business. So it's been challenging, but it's been very educational. I'm doing stocks and determining fluctuation stocks. So that's really, really cool. Anyway, so what else I want to talk to you guys about? All right, so numerology class, you need to get the books. I also have ordered some symbology decks. They should be coming in about a week. They should come in about a week, and you can get those, by emailing me. They are going to be cheaper if you can get to Mystic Resource Center on Lake Avenue, because she has all my decks that I left her, and I was able to get those at a better price. Because of tariffs, they have gone up. Chris, I might be working with you. They were offering a job, and I thought about applying for it because it was paying real well. But anyway, these cards, I'm going to be reading with these tonight for you guys in a little bit. So I'm going to do some readings with these cards so you can kind of see. Now, what we usually use these for in class is when you are creating your vocabulary with the spirit world. So there's never a wrong answer with this. If you see the moon, what is the first thing you think of when you see the moon? Does it mean night to you? Does it? And it's a half moon. Does that mean something to you? Does that mean like half the night something happened? Does that mean, or does it mean all those things? Does it mean that, does it mean that somebody dropped their pants and mooned you? What does that mean when you see the moon? It could be something different for everybody. You might have a memory that it really, really brings you. Yes, Chris, really. There was a job doing just what I'm doing down here in New Orleans, advertised for like 3 times the pay that I'm getting here. I really considered it there for a minute. you know. So yeah, fertility, the yes, very good, Darian. So the moon could be the moon. It could be, I got TikTok. Let me push this back so you guys can really see. Okay, so the moon, yeah, fertility, the female vibe. It could mean a part of a season or something about growth. If it's a waning moon versus a waxing moon. It depends on how you know the moon. What the moon means to you in symbology may not be the same thing it means to someone else. And that's why we use symbology when we create our language with the spirit world. Because what we see in our minds or what we're visualing could be completely different, and how we see could be completely different than the person next to us, so the medium down the street. So all I can do is give you the tools. You have to work with them. Magnifying glass might make you think somebody with the last name Holmes, or might be the star D.H. Holmes, or might be Sherlock Holmes, or maybe something's going to get bigger, or something's going to burn if it's put in the sun. It could mean a whole lot of different things. I'm not going there, bestie. I heard that in my head, bestie. I ain't going there. But anyway, bed. What does the bed mean? What does the bed mean? You know, and when you look at it, it's a made bed. Does that mean something different? You know, is this person organized? It could mean that. You know, it just depends. Yes, when you see a frog, it's a memory of your mother who collected them. So it just depends. These are hands. What do these hands mean? What do the hands mean? These are healing hands. These mean you need some gloves. This means don't touch. You know, what does it mean to you? Yeah, I know you got it, Mark. And there's this candlestick. So, which is really cool. So let's play a game. So candlestick. What do y'all think a candlestick could mean? Type it in, because we're going to have some fun with this one. Because I'm going to show you something. This happens to me a lot. Anybody type in, what does the candlestick mean to you? Look at this one. What does it think of? Light your way. Very good. Anybody else over here? Anybody up here? Light your way. What does the candlestick mean to you? You know, this is what symbology is all about. And I'm going to give you something that it means to me. Stability. Very good, Darian. So again, you know, I'm going to tell you what it means to me. Because, stability, I don't know why. That's fine. It doesn't matter. You know what it means to me? Jack. Do you know somebody named Jack? Remember Jack jumped over the candlestick? I get the name Jack. Zeta, prayers. You know, Chris, spiritual light. The candle could mean anything. Nobody's wrong. What does it mean to you? Hurricane and lightning. The house and melting was down the stairs. Yeah, I mean, it could mean all those things. It's what it means to you. Don't compare yourself to other mediums. Be your own medium. As long as you're giving valid information, the person understands it, and you move forward, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how you got it as long as you said it. If you don't say it, it doesn't happen in mental mediumship. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about in this mediumship class is not being afraid to say it. And it's okay to be wrong. And that's the hardest thing for people is, you know, and it was for me too. So that's why I understand it is, and I'm a Leo. So, you know, it was hard. I'm not wrong. So, you know, that's one of our biggest fears is being wrong or maybe hurting someone. But if you come from a place of your heart and you let the ego go and you really tell them what you think, if they tell you no, that's okay. You know, if they tell you quite a few no's, then you just say, look, I'm not obviously connecting with you. You're not understanding, you know, what I'm saying, and that's okay. And don't feel bad about it. You move on. You know, you move on because it's not your fault if you don't get it. It could be multiple things. The person you aren't connecting, the spirit's not connecting with both of you because it is a three-way connection. You know, I mean, you never know. So don't take it personal. It does happen. It's happened to me, I think, 2 or 3 times in my career, which is, I think, great because I'm expected to be a lot more than that. it could be you're having a bad day. It could be the sitter's having a bad day. It could be the spirit doesn't know how to communicate to you because you haven't bought my symbology cards and started practicing. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. No. Anyway, but symbology is a great deck because it helps you. You got the drum. You even got colors in here. You have eyes, so you have butterflies. You've got all kind of symbols that you will see in your head or that you'll think about. And what does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? And there's never, never, never a wrong answer. And again, you can get these at, you can get them from me. They're going to be $5 more if you get them from me because tariffs. Our wonderful governments put tariffs on things. So the price that they sell them at Mystic Resource Center, which is still MRC, is $20 a deck. With me, they're going to be $25 a deck because of, of what I had to pay for to get them made and brought home. Because people kept writing me about where can they get their deck. And if you need it shipped, it will be a shipping charge on top of that $25. Now, what I can tell you is this, that if you take my mediumship class, you get a big discount because you're taking the class. You get them for half price. So that'll be $12.50 if you get them, if you take mediumship. So that's why I like to have them. I like to offer them to my students at the lowest price that I possibly can. And sometimes I'll even lose money on them. But I'll make that up in the course. So it's kind of like course materials. So if you want to buy them, if you take my class, you do get them at half price. So I know a lot of you use these. Actually, I thought about that because I just saw Taylor on here. I know Taylor uses them. She's on TikTok. I know that Holly Hobbs uses them. Holly sent me lots of people to buy these. I really hated to go up on the price, but I would have had to get the price any lower to beat that $5. I would have had to come up with about $3,000 more to get the price, and that would have been, I'd have had to buy so many decks that I would have had some buried with me. Maybe I'd probably toss them in the coffin because that's how many I had to buy to get them even down to where it would be the same prices they were before. So anyway, that's a little bit about mediumship. Mediumship, you use your senses. In the class that I teach, we will go through those, but this is not the same class people took with me. Allie will love to hear. I'm probably not going to show the Jill Bolte Taylor film because was that Allie just text me? Yay! No, because she's seen it so many times. But I will tell people to go home and watch it and then come back and report on it on the second day. Because it is a great film, but I got so much that I want to work with you guys on. I'm going to work on a lot on presentation. I'm going to get you in the habit of working with character and with a mic. So there's going to be a lot of stuff in this mediumship class that you did not get in the other class. So that's up to you. But it is a mixed level course because for me to do just an advanced course, I don't get. You don't get people. It's tougher. People won't go. But when you have a mixed course, you get more people coming. I need 5 people to teach because, and again, I would do it with less, but then you can't learn because you learn with each other. Y'all work with each other in the class. And so that's what makes it a lot of fun. And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of cool stuff, things to work on and things to do. So come on. And in numerology, that doesn't change much. It's the same class that I always teach. Some people like to retake it. If you want to retake it, not the mediumship class, but if you've taken my numerology and you want to retake it, I will refund you after you've paid for it half your money back. It'll be a half price course. But you have to have proof that I've taught you the class. I don't have to find the roster somewhere. But if I remember you taking the class and you have the books and you can show me some charts you've worked on, I will refund you half your money. And I usually do that with a lot of my classes. If you're a repeat person, you can pay half the price. So, because education should be affordable. I believe that. Anyway, so I'm going to do a few readings for you guys because I'm Unfortunately, I am going to probably get off at 9 tonight because I have to do some fine tuning on a paper, and I have to turn it in before I go to bed, and that could take a while. But anyway, I am going to pull 2 cards. I'll see how you can change it up. 2 cards from each pile. These cards will be the influencer, and these cards will be the reading. So I'm going to pull 2 from each one. So if you just want a message, just say, pull 1 for me. Yes, numerology is posted on my website, and so is mediumship, and all the dates are there. It's like a Friday, a Saturday, then a Monday the week after. So it's kind of like a Friday, Saturday. It's Friday evening for a couple hours, then Saturday during the day, and then the following, like not that Monday, but the next Monday, we finish up because you got to have, because the reason that happens, okay, Tina, the reason that happens that way, the reason why I have to have that split for at least a week is because the first 2 classes is all about building the chart, and the last class is about interpretation. So I got to give you time to work on building the chart, building your chart so that you can do some interpretation. And then when we come back, we start interpreting. We're going to actually do 2 charts. You can do your own chart and interpret it, and then we're going to all do one together and see what people get. We're all going to do a movie star or somebody famous, and then we come back to class and we talk about them, find out what's going to happen to them. So it's pretty cool. So, all right. So let me see. So gotta get everybody together. So this is Tina. This is Jamie. Put y'all in low order here, because this is Darian, and it's 4 cards that I'm pulling for y'all. And this is Jessica. Okay, so let's see what we got. This is the first round. So my first person was Tina. So Tina, you've got the drum and the moon. That's pretty ritualistic. I'm just saying. That's, the drum and the moon. That's pretty ritualistic. I'm just saying. And then you've got the 8 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. So what that says to me, Tina, to tell you, it's about putting your back to the things that are causing the road rocky. Start beating to your own drum. Start moving into the feminine side of yourself and getting out there and exploring a bit. Start learning and taking advantages of what options that you have in life. Okay? And then that's going to help enrich you. Okay? That is for you, Tina. And the next one is Jamie. Jamie, you've got the magnifying glass. Of course you did. The magnifying glass and the young man face. I am not going there. And, but what I like the most is that you got this, the Ace of Pentacles, and you've got the 9 of Pentacles. So that's all about money, okay? So that what that tells me is that if you search and look for what you need, especially with how you work with children, that's where your money's going to be made. That is where your value in your life will come from. But you have to go push the buttons to get there. Okay? Jamie, I'm going to leave you with that. And next is... that's Darla. And I've been calling her Darian. I'm sorry, Darla, but my eyes are bad. What else? Anyway, Darla, you've got the swimsuit and you've got the tree, which says don't go swimming in the winter tree, it looks like. But then you've got the 4 of Pentacles and you've got the King of Swords. So what that tells me is 1 or 2 things. So when I look at this, it kind of tells me there's something that's been going on with you for a while that you're going to get that you need to take care of, and it could be something on your body, it could be an incident, but it's something that needs to be taken care of, or something that surgically might need to be removed. Because with the King of Swords there, and this other, it could be something surgical removed, but it's like you've been thinking about having this process done, this procedure, but you've been holding off because of finances. But I think that with the King of Swords being there, that the opportunities will come for you to make those decisions so that can happen for you. Hey Celeste, how you doing, love? Okay, and that was my last one that I had pulled for that first round. Jessica, I didn't do you, did I? Let me do you, my baby. Thought I pulled one for you. I got you, Jessica. We coming. We coming. I'm just coming from a different area because I wanted you to get the same thing everybody else got. Okay, you've got the hand, one hand, not two. And you've got the King's Crown. And the two cards you got is the Five of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles. Wow, yeah. Probably was my cousin, but my aunt that just passed away recently just tried to call me. That was wild, but it's probably her daughter probably still has her phone, I'm hoping, because that was crazy. I didn't take it because I'm on live. But anyway, that was really weird. So what that says to me to tell you, Darla, right? No, Jessica, that's what I was with, Jessica, is right now, they keep calling. Stop calling. They're telling me to tell you to hold on some decisions right now because they want you to stay in charge of things. There's things that are happening behind the scenes right now. So stay in charge and watch who your friends are. So I will say there's some friend that I feel might be a little betrayal coming there. So be careful. I think you're going to be fine, but just be careful with that. Okay? And then Celeste wants cards. Okay. And Zeta wants cards. Okay. Oh, I'll get you. Okay, on TikTok, Taylor. I'm gonna get you now, Taylor. So I got Celeste and Zeta and Taylor. I got you, Celeste and Julie. And who's on TikTok? Taylor. Okay, let me see. Now I'm gonna pull cards out of here. Okay, everybody breathe. Don't type up no more. That's wild, Mac. Yeah, I just had my aunt who passed away about a month and a half ago. Her phone number just rang on my phone twice. It might be my cousin. Probably has her cell phone, but her name just popped up across my screen. I'm gonna call him after the live, but you never know. Okay. So my first one, I'm going to do one here, then one on the one that I got on TikTok, which is Taylor. Cindy, I will get you two. Let me get Cindy. Hold on. Okay, I got two on TikTok now. Guys, TikTok, my screen is real small. Sometimes I can't see. So please bear with me. Okay, because my TikTok won't stay on my system, so I can't get you on the big screen with everybody. Okay, let's go back to the top. Julie, yes, I will get. Okay, let's do Julie, and then I will do somebody on TikTok. The first one I'll Taylor, and then I have another one on TikTok, Cindy. Okay. So, Julie, you have the rainbow, the coin, the old coin. You have the Four of Cups. And then you have the Six of Wands. And what this talks to me a lot about is value. Understanding for you to get to that happy place, that thing that you got to start taking value. Understand what you're worth, your value. Make others respect that value. Once you do that, your journey will begin, and it will happen really, really in a very progressive pace for you. So that's what I'm going to say to you. And my next one is going to be Taylor. Like I promised, Taylor. Taylor, you've got the light bulb. the light bulb, and the glasses. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune, and you've got the King of Pentacles. Now, this is a really cool one because basically what this is telling me is that everything is coming at you in your favor, Taylor, right now, but you don't see it. You don't see it, but that light is going to shine. And maybe the light sometimes is too bright, so you really can't figure out how to maneuver. But there's a lot of change coming for you, especially in the financial end. There's some change there, but it looks positive. It's either for you, and if you have a mate, or it could be your mate. This is Taylor Paul, could be your husband. There's also, that's how that money could come in as well, because it is the King of Pentacles, or it just means that security. So I'm going to say that for you, Taylor, and then I'm going to go back over here if I can figure out where the heck I'm at over here. I did Julie, and then the next one is Celeste. Celeste, here you go, love. Then I'm going to come back and do Cindy, then I'm going to go back to this one over here. So Celeste, you have the star, and the open door, okay? And then you have the King of Swords and the Moon. And what that tells me is a lot of times, Celeste, that your fear is what prevents you from walking through that open door. But in order for you to find true happiness and reach the places you need to be, you know, that's when things will get better for you. So you got to start learning to work with the fears. That's the Moon. And there is some legal stuff you might be going through too. That's going to all stop fearing it. There's success behind that. So know that I said that for you, Celeste. And now I'm going to do Cindy on TikTok. All right, Cindy. We got, oh girl, we got the bed. And then we got a man in that bed. And then we got the King. And then we got the Chariot. And then we have the Tower. I'm going to show you guys. Tower, Chariot, King, bed. So you're going to take a trip, go meet this guy who owns his own tower, and you're going to sleep in this king bed. No, I'm just kidding. But don't you just love the way it talks to you? But anyway, now what I'm getting out of this, when I really look at this, it's all about, you know, getting more organized before things start to crumble around you, Cindy. Get things together. Start prioritizing. Start moving things and getting things moving to work in your favor, to prevent, you know, the outer forces coming in there and taking things away or not letting the good things happen for you. Hey, Heather. So I did want to say that to you, Cindy. Okay. Now back over here. Woo. So Celeste was there. What is her name, Sid? Which name? I talked about so many people. You have to remind me. I'm old. Elvis is in the house, yes. Anyway, I had one more, so I'm missing somebody here. Oh, somebody asked for another one. Julie, that's who it was. Hi, Julie. I didn't forget your other one. You got Triangle. Julie, did you get the Moon last time? You got the Moon again, if so. You've also got the Star. And you've got the Six of Cups, yes. Six of Cups. So what that says about me is that I kind of think there's kind of something happening right now that's like a three-sided coin, because that's that triangle. And what it's saying to me to tell you is that in order for you to, you know, you need to look at making some moves personally or even physically, but some moves to help push your life forward, to help you go forward. More cards, I could probably tell you more, but that's what I get from this. So that's what I do want to say to you. That you need to like start moving things forward, start looking at things. That's where your success is going to be driven. And if you work at night, that might be a good thing. Or some opportunities may come in that evening because you got that star up there. So I do want to say that to you too. Jill on TikTok wants a pull. Okay, Jill on TikTok, you're going to get a pull. All right, Jill. We're going to do a pull for Jill on TikTok. I'm going to pull 2 of the symbology. And then I'm going to pull 2 of the others, and we're going to get Jill on TikTok. I see her now. Thank you, Jamie, for because it really is hard for me to see TikTok. Like sometimes we put it on the big TV, but it doesn't. It does something to my screen, to my other screen, so we stopped doing it. Jill, This can mean a lot depending upon how I show it to you. So I'm going to show it to you. Zeta, I will pull for you next. So Jill, how I show it can mean a lot because it either means peace and then stop or stop, peace. So know that I said that we got peace and stop. So I'm going to see what that, I'm going to look at these and see how that blends up. And then you got Ace of Wands and you've got the Four of Cups. So what I think that's telling me is that when it comes to, I would think this is probably career related. It says stop, find your peace in what you do, because that's where your career will start to flourish. Stop buying into, I don't know if you work in an office or you work for yourself or whatever, but it says stop buying into the atmosphere, or if it's drama, the drama around you. Start focusing on you so that you can make those changes. You can make what you need happen for you. And that's what those two cards mean. Yes, Zeta, I got you, girl. You're the one that pile that I missed before. Okay, that's 2, 1, 2. All right, Zeta. Zeta, you got the flute. And you've got the butterfly. Well, go figure with that, but Zeta. But then you got battle. This is crazy. And then you got spirituality, or the high priestess. So what that tells me, Zeta, is to tell you that your gifts are there and they're ready to pop, but you have to make the steps to get there. The high priestess, she's other than just spirituality, she's also the feminine divine. She's also education. She's also knowledge, worldly knowledge. So I think that you thrive for that. So I say keep that up and things will move that way. Hey, Devin, how you doing? So I do some, now Stacy wants a pull. All right, Stacy. We're going to get you a pull, Stacy. Stacy girl. All right, Stacy's pull. And Nana wants one. Okay, Nana and Stacy, I got you. I got you, Nana. Thank Jamie, Nana, because she helped me see. Oh, there she is. I see her. When I looked over, there she was. I got to find a better way to communicate with TikTok when I do these. But I can use. You're supposed to be able to put them on the screen, but it doesn't stay. I don't know if it's things we're doing or things we're saying, but it throws me out all the time. Okay, this is for Stacy. Stacy, you got home, and you've got home, and you've got nighttime, and you have the Four of Swords and the Page of Cups. And Stacy, what that talks about is sometimes we don't see the emotional joy in things that bring us bigger and better things. Sometimes we box ourselves in and we don't open and let ourselves out. But I think doing that's going to help you. Oh, what's the name of my aunt that passed away? Tony. Her name was Tony. Yeah, I had like 5 deaths in the last 2 months, folks. And you wouldn't know that, would you? Because my grief pattern is different than others because I am a medium. And so I look at death differently than most people. Okay, Nana, this is for you. We can have that talk in a minute if you want. And this is my last reading because then I'm going to talk a little bit before we go. And then do some more talks about spirituality and mediumship and stuff. Nana, you have the basket. And you have the wheelchair. And you have the 10 of Cups. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. And when I blend those, what that tells me is that, Nana, that you have lots of opportunity around you and lots of support, but you don't always see it. And sometimes things are happening that you just can't sometimes put a finger on it. But if you pay a lot of attention, thank you, Jessica. If you pay a lot of attention, I think that a lot of doors will open for you. There's a lot of security that's going to come to you. So feeling secure in your own skin and feeling secure in your environment around you, that's something that's going to be happening this year for you. So be prepared for that. All right. So let's talk about a little bit more about mediumship. So I grieve a lot different than most people. I do grieve. I do miss people when they go. But I understand. I started looking at death as part of the life process. And I find that what makes us mostly upset and angry and lonely with death, or hurt for so long with death, is that we're so cultured to fear death when it's as natural as birth. It is as natural as birth. It is part of the life cycle. You know, it's something that's happening to every one of us. You know, and I guess I look being a medium for someone, understanding that I understand that life does continue. I am more comfortable with death than most people in my family, or a lot of my friends, just because of what I've been doing for so long. And if I did fear death, what kind of medium would I be? Think about that. Now, I fear sometimes the pain of death, but not death itself. It's something that we have no choice in the matter, and it's just like birth. You didn't choose to be born, and you're not gonna. Well, I guess kind of your spiritual body chooses when you're gonna die, but you don't cognitively say, well, unless you commit suicide, I'm gonna die this day. That's not something we normally do. So I tell people, once you build that relationship with death, we're just going back to where we came from. Absolutely. You come from that etheric world, you're going back to that etheric world. You're coming into conscious when you get born, and you're coming out of conscious, you're going into the flow of consciousness when you leave. So you come in on that realm and you go out on that realm. And once you understand that, that's good, Celeste. If you don't fear it, that's great. But it's trying to build that understanding and try to learn. Remember when I taught y'all in energetics about being able to go back and think where that thought came from, because everything you think in this life you've learned. So think, where did that thought come from? Why did I think that about that person? You don't have to say it, but if you have the thought, you're like, where'd that come from? Well, it's somebody you knew. It's somebody you learned it from. It's something that you were developed into. And when you start understanding that, people will lose control over you because they can't control, because they know that you're going to be able to see right through them. Or you have to choose to be controlled. You have to own what you do. So in mediumship, the number one thing that will mess you up is your ego. Ego does a lot of things. And I'm a Leo, so that's why it took me so damn long to go public. Because I didn't want to be wrong. I didn't want to be this. I didn't want to do that. It's like, it was a lot on me. And so you have to lose that ego, and you have to open up. You have to open up. Hey, Trenny. All the people have visited. I think, I don't know if Misty's watching, but if Misty's watching, I can say all the people on the cruises, all the teachers on the cruise are online. So now, Trenny, I'll let them know on January the 10th and 11th, or one of those nights. It's posted on my website. It should be. We're doing, a vision board reading night. Come hang out with us and drink some champagne. Come drink some water if you don't drink champagne. And come create your vision board. And it's $80 a person. And everybody there will get 1 or 2 readings. If Trenny doesn't want, I don't know, we'll do them together or whatever. But everybody will get a reading. They're going to be working on their boards and creating their visions for. And we're thinking about doing. I can't remember if it's the 10th or the 11th, but we're going to do it. One night is booked already. If we do a second night, if I can get a good fire pit, I may have to borrow one. It's going to be January the 10th and 11th. It's on the weekend, and we're going to be doing vision boards. And we're going to be doing, and if we do the second night, too, we're going to try to get a pit where you're going to come in and you're going to write down all your fears and stuff in your pit, and you're going to burn them, and they're going to go into the universe, and you can get rid of all that baggage. Some of you, I don't know. I'm going to have to get several sheets of paper, okay? Because I've read for a few of you already. So some of y'all might need, like me, who probably needs about 5 sheets of paper. But so again, folks, it's going to be a lot of fun times. It's going to be Trenny Simmons, and I will be doing it. I think it's the 10th that's booked. Yes, it's the 10th. But if we do the 11th, which is the very next night, that's what that's going to be. Is we're going to be doing readings, sitting around. Depending how the weather, we might be sitting around a fire or a fire pit. And we're going to be talking about our fears, and then we're going to be writing these down, and then we're going to burn them into the fire pit and get rid of them. While we're drinking champagne, I might even get some wine for the second night. So yeah, Devin's like, I need a phone book. Yes, you do, Devin. Yes, you do. So had a mediumship reading from you a couple of years back. You were on point, and I recommend you lots. Thank you so much. And that is, gotta put my glasses on because it's on TikTok. Your mom's best friend and 4. Yes. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for that compliment. I give you what I get. I tell people all the time, I never know how it's going to be. I tell you it's in my head. And when I'm reading and I'm doing mediumship, I'd like you to see, I like you to hear the crazy stuff that goes on in my head. And Trini's my witness. I get some crazy, crazy stuff in my head. Child, let me tell y'all this. Trey and I were doing a gallery just recently, and the first words out of my mouth, the very first words, I done busted a family. I looked up at it and I said, who's having sex with the priest? and everybody's like, not me. And then one person's like, you can see the red, you can see him turn. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. But shouldn't have said that online, but oh well. So yeah, things happen. Things happen. I give you what I get. I get it. I give you what I get. And I'm like, who's having? And then it was a big family secret. And so like, they all met in the parking lot across the street to discuss after we finished with them, what was happening. And some of them might be watching tonight, but that was last weekend. Yes, Chinese like true story. Yep, that happened last weekend. And they stayed out in the parking lot for like a good long time after we finished with them, learning about what happened with this preacher. Because it was a big to-do. But anyway, you never know what's coming out of my mouth, or Trini's for that matter, because Trini's been doing some pretty good ones herself lately. So, yeah. We do bounce off each other. That's... We do. Hey, Peg, how you doing, love? Peg just signed in. So, sometimes the weirdest stuff shows up in my head, and I just got to say it. And that's what you're going to learn a lot in mediumship is never doubt what you get and just say it. If you're wrong, you own it. And that's the best way to beat the fear. If you feel it, you say it. Now, when you do say stuff, you do have to take your ego out of it. If it's something that you're pressed to or you're pressed on, we'll have those conversations in class because I'm going to give you lots of examples of where I've seen it really mess things up when people have allowed their ego to step in and not truly what they're getting. You have to get you have to give what you get. You have to give what you get. So the 10th is with Trenny Simmons and I in January. I got such a busy month because I got the 10th with Trenny, that weekend's with Trenny. Then that Tuesday is the Orleans Paranormal Social Club. I think we're going to meet at my house. And I don't know if Misty's going to be able to join us or not, but we are going to still meet. She probably could join us because she sounded really good the other day when I spoke to her. She really did, guys. So I think those prayers worked. I want to thank you all so much because Misty means so much to us. And, and then we lost another member. So it was like, oh God, I wasn't so much, I wasn't fearful. I was just concerned, and I was truly got love out of that, from love from my heart to these people because they needed it. They really did. And it worked. But Misty, it helped tremendously. All those prayers, everybody, I think we had over 300 people on Facebook send prayers. So it was truly, truly, truly amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. And she's still not out of the water, but she's going to be taking it easy for about a month or so. And she's got more tests to do, and we got to see what caused her incident. And so that's where we're at with our great friend. But anyway, we're still going to second Tuesday. So the weekend of the 10th will be Trenny and I. Then that Tuesday is the Orleans Paranormal Social Club here at my home. If you want to come on in. There'll be snacks, refreshments, and stuff. And then Wednesday, I leave to go meet my friend Jessica, who's on here tonight, in Vegas for a conference. And so I will be there. Jessica, I got to call you because I'm going to go see The Wizard of Oz and the Sphere. And if you'd like to go with me, we got to choose a night so I can order tickets. So if you're still looking, Jessica, if you want to go, let me know. If not, I'm going. I am not going to miss The Wizard of Oz in the Sphere because I want to go see it in 5D. So if you want to come, we'll talk. But right after that conference, I'm flying to Shreveport. That Magni posted on here the event in Shreveport where we're going to be doing. We're going to talk soon, Jess, about that because I got to get our tickets before it sells out. So I'm trying to do one of the boring nights, like maybe Wednesday night or something like that. But anyway, on the Shreveport event, that is going to be a paranormal investigation. That is going to be a mediumship gallery. There's going to be readings and healings in there by Dina Lally, who's absolutely fabulous. And Jill will be there. Jill will be there telling her famous stories. She's going to pick up some good ones for y'all. And then giving y'all some insight. Jill's very good with insight. That's why I brought her onto the cruise with us. Because she's absolutely, absolutely wonderful. Okay, well, I will look at the schedule and see when you present, and then we will do that because I will be there. I hope they remember that I'm going because I'm sure taking off for that. But anyway, I will be going out of town for that. It's for a conference. So anyway, folks, I wanted to share with you all the events that are coming up. I wanted to do some readings for you guys tonight. I do have to go finish my paper because I turned in the wrong paper. I was supposed to turn in a paper Monday, and I thought I turned it in Monday, but the good Lord was with me because I had one paper getting graded while this other one went in. And when I learned about what the second paper said, I had to make changes to this one. So I sent it. I didn't send the paper. I sent in the instructions to the exercise as the paper. So I was glad I did that because I was able to go back now and fix all those things in that paper. And now I'm going to resubmit it. So I got lucky. Actually, it worked in my favor. So thank you guys again for joining me tonight. I had a great time. I know I've been promising y'all that I'm going to be doing bedtime stories with Sid. I am. But Sid has been stuck to the computer for the last week because this class is really busting my behind. It's cool. I'm learning so much. It's really helping me understand a lot about data and how important data is. And my friend Jessica can definitely tell you that data is how we run the world. And I'm learning how to place it and how to work with it and how to explain what is happening. And we're using the stock market to do that, to give us the data to start doing it. Again, I'm learning in the stock market, but I can also apply that to what I do in my field. I can apply that data and that collection of that data into my field to become much better at what I do. So I'm really enjoying the class. I've got straight A's so far, so I can't complain. And so even the first paper I did with him, with this class, got a complete 100 on it. The second one was a 90, but I'm working on building it back up to 100 because I want all hundreds. It's that ego. It's that ego, y'all. I'm telling you, it will hurt you every time. It makes you do extra work. So, Darla, I'm going to get my education on. You're right. Good night. Thank you for joining me on Touch and Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. We will talk to you soon. Good night, TikTok world. I'm signing off. Got to get back to work. Bye. Good night, everybody.